Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we like to take these casual conversations and have insightful discussions on the latest tech and gadgets. Get ready for a wild ride today. We've got AI developments, cool new gadgets, even color-changing guitars.
It's an eclectic mix, for sure, but it highlights how tech is influencing every aspect of our lives, from, the tools we use to the art we create.
Okay, let's unpack this. AI is making waves. OpenAI potentially snagging a $40 billion funding round, which would value them at like a cool $300 billion.
That's a staggering figure, especially considering they're not turning a profit yet. It speaks volumes about the confidence investors have in OpenAI's future and their potential to just disrupt multiple industries.
It's like they're betting on OpenAI to become the next tech giant. But what's fueling this confidence?
Well, OpenAI isn't just developing cutting-edge AI models. They're also forming these strategic partnerships, including a significant one with U.S. national laboratories. This partnership gives around 15,000 scientists access to OpenAI's advanced models like O1 and O3. Imagine the possibilities. Having these scientists leverage AI could lead to breakthroughs in medicine, material science, even climate change modeling. It's like handing powerful new tools to some of the brightest minds in the world.
So it's not just about the tech itself. It's about the potential applications across various fields.
Precisely. And it's worth noting that OpenAI just released a new reasoning model called O3 Mini. They're touting it as both powerful and affordable, which could make advanced AI capabilities accessible to a wider range of researchers and developers.
Okay, but there's this whole open debate happening in the AI world, right? It's like some people want AI to be the Linux of the tech world, while others are pushing for a more iOS-like approach.
That's a great analogy. You've got proponents of open source AI, like the CEO of Hugging Face. They argue that sharing knowledge and code will accelerate progress and make AI more accessible. Think of it like a global community of developers all contributing to a shared AI ecosystem.
But what about the potential risks of making powerful AI widely available?
That's where the other side of the debate comes in. Folks like the CEO of Anthropic are advocating for a more controlled approach. They're concerned about, national security implications, potential misuse by bad actors, and the need for responsible development. They argue that unfettered access to powerful AI could have unintended consequences.
So it's a balancing act between fostering innovation and mitigating risks.
Exactly. This debate is playing out in real time with developments like the release of Tulu 3 by Allen AI in Seattle. It's supposedly even more capable than DeepSeek V3, which has ignited further discussions about the pace of open-source AI advancement and whether we need safeguards to prevent its misuse.
It's a lot to consider, but it's clear that AI is at a crossroads with different visions for its future battling it out.
And speaking of battles, Google seems to be playing a strategic game of hide-and-seek with their new AI model, Gemini. They discreetly released Gemini 2.0 Pro Experimental, then quickly pulled it back.
It's like they got cold feet. Or maybe they saw something in OpenAI's upcoming O3 release that made them rethink their strategy.
It's all speculation at this point, but it definitely adds another layer of intrigue to the already competitive AI landscape.
Well, with all this talk about AI taking over the world, let's take a breather and explore some fun gadgets that are hitting the market.
A little tech escapism sounds good to me. What have you got?
First up, we've got Casio celebrating their 50th anniversary with a wristwatch that's not actually worn on your wrist.
Oh, you mean the Casio ring watch? Talk about a conversation starter.
Right. It's this tiny functional watch you wear on your finger.
Yeah.
It's got all the essentials: time, date, world time, even a stopwatch.
It's like they took the concept of a smartwatch and shrunk it down to finger-sized proportions. It's playful, innovative, and definitely eye-catching.
And it's not the only gadget turning heads. The Nothing Phone 3A series is launching on March 4th, featuring larger displays and a mid-range Snapdragon chipset, all with the tagline, "Power in Perspective."
Bigger screens, more power. It's what consumers demand these days. But the tagline suggests they're also focusing on affordability and accessibility, which could make this phone a hit.
Okay, so we've covered watches and phones, but what about something to help us lazy folks around the house?
Well, if you've got a pool and a spare $1,599, the Dream Z1 Pro Robotic Pool Cleaner is ready to be your new best friend. It was a standout at CES 2025, cleaning floors, walls, and even the surface of pools up to 2,060 square feet.
This robot is like a pool party MVP, cleaning up the mess while everyone else is having fun.
Exactly. And when it's done, it automatically returns to the poolside. No need to go fishing for it.
Okay, last but not least, we've got something that's going to rock your world, literally. Prepare yourself for the world's first color-changing electric guitars.
Wait, what? Guitars that change color? How is that even possible?
They've got e-ink displays on the body, allowing musicians to customize the guitar's appearance with vibrant colors and patterns. Imagine the possibilities for stage shows and live performances.
It's like having a chameleon guitar. I can see musicians syncing the color changes with their music, creating a truly immersive visual experience.
It's definitely a head-turner and can push the boundaries of creativity in music.
And on a more serious note, it seems WhatsApp has been busy fending off hackers.
Right, they successfully prevented a spyware attack that targeted journalists. It's a stark reminder that cybersecurity is more critical than ever.
Absolutely. WhatsApp suspects Paragon, an Israeli spyware maker, to be behind the attack. It highlights the constant cat-and-mouse game between tech companies and those who exploit vulnerabilities for malicious purposes.
So even with advanced security measures, we need to be vigilant and proactive in protecting our digital lives. It's a sobering thought amidst all the exciting tech advancements we've discussed.
Indeed. It's a reminder that technology is a double-edged sword, capable of both great good and potential harm.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this segment. From the future of AI to game-changing gadgets and even a touch of digital espionage, it's clear that the tech world never sleeps.
And we're just getting started. We'll be back after a quick break to delve deeper into these topics and explore what they mean for you. It's fascinating to see how these different philosophies about AI development are reflected in the funding landscape. While OpenAI is attracting billions, a lot of these open source initiatives are operating with significantly fewer resources.
That makes you wonder if we're heading toward a scenario where a handful of well-funded companies control the direction of AI, while others are left scrambling to catch up.
It's a legitimate concern. Access to powerful computing infrastructure and massive datasets can significantly influence the pace and direction of AI research.
So in a way, the future of AI might be shaped by those who have the deepest pockets.
To a certain extent, yes. But I'm also encouraged by the vibrant open source community. Their contributions are driving innovation and ensuring that AI isn't solely dictated by corporate interests.
It's like a David and Goliath situation, with smaller, agile players challenging the established giants.
That's a great analogy, and it's one of the things that makes the AI landscape so dynamic and unpredictable.
Okay, before we get too deep into the philosophical side of AI, let's circle back to something a bit more lighthearted. That color-changing guitar.
Oh, right, the e-ink guitar. It's definitely a head-turner, but I'm curious to see how it will be received by, musicians.
I imagine some will embrace it as a tool for creative expression, while others might see it as a gimmick.
It all comes down to how it's integrated into the music and performance. Will it enhance the artistic vision, or will it distract from the music itself?
Good point. It's easy to get caught up in the novelty of new technology without considering its true value.
And that's where the artistry comes in. It's up to the musicians to determine how best to utilize this technology in a way that complements their music.
Imagine a band using the color-changing guitar to create a visual light show synced to their music. It could be quite a spectacle.
Or a solo artist using subtle color shifts to evoke different moods and emotions during a performance.
It's definitely an intriguing concept, and I'm excited to see how it evolves.
Speaking of evolution, the rapid advancements in AI raise some important questions about its impact on society.
Right. We briefly touched on potential job displacement earlier, but what are some of the other concerns people have about AI?
One major concern is the potential for AI bias. AI systems are trained on these massive data sets, and if that data reflects existing societal biases, the AI can perpetuate and even amplify those biases.
So if an AI system used for loan approvals is trained on data that shows a historical bias against certain demographics, it could unfairly deny loans to those individuals, perpetuating a cycle of inequality.
Exactly. It's a complex issue, and it highlights the importance of carefully curating the data used to train AI systems.
It's like teaching a child. If you expose them to biased information, they're likely to develop biased views.
That's a good analogy. And just like we strive to teach children to be fair and just, we need to ensure that AI systems are designed and trained with those same principles in mind.
Another concern I've heard is the potential for AI to be used for malicious purposes, like creating deepfakes or spreading misinformation.
That's a valid concern. As AI becomes more sophisticated, it becomes easier to create highly realistic fake videos and audio recordings that can be used to deceive or manipulate people.
It's like giving bad actors a powerful new tool for propaganda and disinformation.
It's a scary thought, and it underscores the need for robust safeguards and ethical guidelines to prevent the misuse of AI.
So it seems like with all the potential benefits of AI, there are also significant risks that we need to address.
Absolutely. It's a classic case of technology outpacing our ability to fully understand and control its implications.
It's almost like we're in a race against time, trying to develop ethical frameworks and safety protocols before AI becomes too powerful.
In a way, yes, but I'm optimistic that we can rise to the challenge. We've faced similar dilemmas with other powerful technologies, and we've managed to harness their potential while mitigating their risks.
It's reassuring to hear that. But it sounds like a monumental task, requiring collaboration between governments, tech companies, researchers, and the public.
It's a collective effort, for sure, but I believe it's essential if we want to shape a future where AI benefits humanity as a whole.
It's a heavy topic. But it's important to have these conversations and consider the ethical implications of AI as it becomes increasingly integrated into our lives.
Well said. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement of new technology, but we can't lose sight of the potential downsides.
It's like exploring a new frontier. We need to proceed with caution, awareness, and a sense of responsibility for the impact our actions have.
And on that note, let's shift gears and talk about something a little more tangible: gadgets.
Perfect timing. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on some of the cool new tech we've been discussing.
Let's dive back into that world of innovation and see what other surprises await us.
And we're back for the final stretch of Byte-Sized Tech. It's been quite a journey exploring this world of AI, gadgets, and the ever-evolving landscape of technology.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground, from the, mind-boggling potential of AI to the more tangible innovations in consumer tech.
It's amazing how technology is constantly pushing boundaries, like blurring the lines between science fiction and reality.
Right. Remember those old movies where people had video calls and robots did their chores? Well, we're living in that future now.
It's true. We're carrying supercomputers in our pockets, talking to virtual assistants, and even wearing watches on our fingers.
It's crazy. The pace of innovation is just astounding, and it's showing no signs of slowing down.
But amidst all this excitement, it's important to remember that technology is a double-edged sword.
Absolutely. We've discussed the potential downsides of AI, from bias and job displacement to the risks of misuse by bad actors.
Yeah, it's a sobering reminder that we need to approach technological advancements with caution and a sense of responsibility.
We can't simply chase the next shiny gadget without considering its potential impact on society and the ethical implications of its use.
It's like opening Pandora's box. We need to be mindful of what we unleash and have safeguards in place to prevent unintended consequences.
I'm optimistic that we can strike a balance between embracing innovation and ensuring its responsible development.
Yeah, it requires open dialogue, collaboration, and a willingness to adapt to the ever-changing technological landscape.
Right. We need to have conversations about AI ethics, data privacy, and the role of technology in shaping our future.
These aren't just technical issues, they're societal issues that require input from everyone, not just those in the tech industry.
Ultimately, it's about harnessing the power of technology to create a better world for, everyone.
Well said. On that note, it's time to wrap up another episode of Byte-Sized Tech.
It's been a pleasure diving into these fascinating topics with you.
Thanks for leaning into Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.